Suicide Squad is about a group of supervillains recruited by a government agency to go on missions, and in return they get time off their sentence. This is really painful. I mean, I was really looking forward to this movie. I had to watch the trailer about 250,000 times in anticipation for this. I mean, I was straight giddy for this movie. And I would like to lie to you guys about the movie in an attempt to trick myself into thinking that this was a good movie. But I can't, because all I have is my honest opinion, and I simply cannot stand for this movie. As a comic book fan, as a movie fan, I'm not going to settle for a mediocre movie. And that's what this is. The plot is really sloppy, it's just a train wreck. Now, there were some positives in this movie. Will Smith killed it as Deadshot, and Margot Robbie was excellent as Harley Quinn. She's one of the reasons why I was looking forward to this movie so much, since Harley Quinn is my favorite female comic book character of all time. I loved her in the animated series and all of her comics, and she was great in the Arkham games, so I was really looking forward to her performance in this movie. And I swear to God, I'm not just saying this, I'm not making it up, but back in 2013 when I was watching The Wolf of Wall Street, it was around the same time I was playing the Arkham Asylum video game, and I swear during the movie I thought, man, she would make a pretty good Harley Quinn. I guess DC read my mind, and she did make a really great Harley Quinn. She's by far the biggest standout in the movie. Like I said, Will Smith was great, he was charismatic. My only problem is he didn't seem like a villain. He just kept saying, don't forget, we're the bad guys. But he never actually showed it. He was just playing Will Smith as Deadshot. As for the rest of the teammates, everyone was fine. Jai Courtney was actually good for what he had, but none of the characters had character development. They were all just one-dimensional in the background. You didn't really care for them. Like Katana, for instance. What do we know about Katana? She walks in and they say, this is Katana. She can cut you all in half with one stroke, just like mowing the lawn. I would advise not getting killed by her because her sword traps the souls of her victims. That's literally all we got, and she was just there in the background not doing anything. That is legit the only character development we got in her. Killer Croc didn't really have any dialogue. He was just in the back going, that was Killer Croc. El Diablo didn't really do anything. They try to give him a sympathetic background, but I just didn't care. Aside from wanting to see Harley Quinn, I was also really excited to see Batman and Joker. And I didn't get Batman and Joker. I could understand not getting a huge amount of Batman since this isn't a Batman movie, but my God, he was in the movie for like such a short amount of time, and Joker, who was in the trailers quite a bit, wasn't even really in the movie. And on top of that, I wasn't completely sold on Jared Leto's performance. There's not enough to completely judge it, but from what I saw, it definitely seems like he's going to be the worst live-action Joker. But who knows, maybe it was Jared Leto, maybe it was David Ayer, maybe Ben Affleck can improve it in a Batman standalone movie. I have no idea, but Joker is kind of bad in this movie. There's no really good dialogue or any substance to this movie. It's just every second let's just crank up a song, and that will try to set the tone and make it fun. Like, I would have greatly appreciated at least one scene. They tone down the music, add a score, have some dialogue, and actually get me to care for these characters, because they don't. The only scene in the entire movie that was dealing with character development was the scene in the bar that we saw in the trailers. Everything else is them just walking around in Midtown, fighting these generic, faceless monsters. I mean, Avengers did that. They did it with the Chitauri and the Ultron bots. At least those guys looked cooler than these guys. They just kind of looked like a dirt man, like a rock. I don't even know what it was. And then the villain of the movie, which I don't consider it a spoiler, so I'm just going to say it. I'm warning you. But the villain of the movie was Enchantress. And she was horrible. It was pretty laughable. Her performance was awful. She started off pretty cool, but her brother and the weird tentacles and like her performance was like kind of like a dance, and I have no idea what she was doing. That was her performance, and it was cringeworthy. And her overall plan was just super generic, like a little portal up in the sky. Like, we haven't seen that 1,000 times. Avengers did it, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles did it, Ghostbusters did it. Like, come on, Hollywood, can you come up with something new? And Amanda Waller, who was really getting on my nerves the entire movie, I didn't like her, was basically pitching an idea of metahumans versus metahumans, and we didn't really get that. The villain was a metahuman, but the team that they chose wasn't really a metahuman. I mean, El Diablo was a metahuman, but you could give a guy a flamethrower and it would be the exact same thing. What does Harley Quinn do? Captain Boomerang. He throws boomerangs. How is that a metahuman? Please, tell me. Killer Croc, yeah, maybe he's super strong, but he's just... I have no idea. I have no idea. I'm getting frustrated right now just talking about it. I just kept thinking in the movie, why these guys? They're no different than any other convicts. Sorry, I am getting a little frustrated here. But as I was watching the movie, I just kept thinking of ways that would have made it better. First of all, I'm telling you right now, if Joker was the main villain, it would have been a lot better. He's not a metahuman, he doesn't do anything magical and mystical. That would have made a lot more sense for the team to go after, especially for the team that they chose. Or you know what, it would have been better to just completely go against the comics, get rid of Amanda Waller, get rid of the bombs in the necks, have them team up on their own to take down Batman, and have it be in the villain's perspective, and Batman would kind of seem like the antagonist in that movie. That right there sounds a lot better. Basically, there's so many other things they could have done, it's like they didn't even try. The movie did start off all right. I was like, yeah, okay, I could get into this. I was thinking that this movie was going to be like maybe an 8 out of 10, and then the movie progressed, and then I realized that there wasn't even a beginning, middle, and end. It is literally just kind of like the beginning and then end. There's no meat to it. So then I'm like, okay, I'm leaning towards a 7, 6. And then when the movie ended, like me and the people I went with was like, yeah, I give it about a 6. We were just trying to be nice. Secretly, I knew by the end of the movie, the climax, it was pretty horrendous. I was like, okay, 5, 4, and then just I kept thinking about the movie afterwards, and like it just kept going down and down, and I even considered a 3 out of 10 at one point. But that was yesterday. I saw the movie yesterday, and after sleeping on it, I'm going to settle on a score that I thought about when the movie was first over, which is I could completely see both sides. If someone liked it, okay, I get what you see. There were some fun things. Maybe the stuff that were bad, because the people who liked it are definitely going to see all the flaws. Maybe it didn't bother them as much. And the people who didn't like the movie will definitely see the positives. Maybe the positives just weren't strong enough to outweigh the negatives. So no matter who you are, whether you like the movie, whether you didn't like the movie, you could definitely see the negatives and the positives. So in a way, the movie was good and it was bad. Like I said, in the beginning of the movie, I was thinking an 8 out of 10, and then afterwards, it went far in the other direction to like a 3 out of 10. But I'm going to stick to 50-50. I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. Now, 5 out of 10 is right in the middle, so it's not positive. Does that mean it's not negative? Well, I guess so, but it is more negative than positive. I just get angry when I think about this movie. Just that the potential that they had just makes it really frustrating, because this could have been a great movie. I think they could save it with a standalone Batman movie directed by Ben Affleck. Let's get a Batman Arkham Asylum movie, Joker being the main villain, clean him up a little bit, have Harley Quinn be his henchman. That would be a lot better. They should definitely do that. I still am looking forward to Wonder Woman and Justice League, but my hope for Justice League just went down. So have you seen Suicide Squad? If so, what did you think about it? Let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. Make sure to like the video, and as always, I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.